Hi everyone, it's Andrea. I hope you're doing well and you've had a chance to check out my first video of the season. We made a patchwork duffel bag on Friday. That recording is archived on the YouTube channel, and I will put a link to that down in the notes if you want to check it out. It is the first of many sewing tutorials that I am going to be able to bring to you between now and the end of summer. So I'm super excited to be back here recording content for you. I have really missed you all. I have missed this work. If you are someone who has the luxury of being able to wake up and decide what you do with your day, and you can do things that you really enjoy, like sewing and creating, you are very fortunate. I really appreciate the opportunity that I have to go back to school, but a lot of that is, rote work, and it's work that I did not enjoy. I am happy to tell you, though, that I was able to complete the associate's degree. I will graduate with an associate's degree in general studies. I have changed my plan a little bit. Initially, you know that I thought I was going to pursue elementary education, and I had an opportunity to spend an extended amount of time with some teachers. I was actually serving jury duty for a week, and I spent a lot of time listening to these teachers talk about their job. And unfortunately, they didn't have many nice things to say about the profession. I actually don't know if they said even one nice thing about the profession. And so I left that experience really questioning if I would be happy teaching. And I decided that that is probably not the case, that I would actually be dissatisfied with the system. So I then just didn't know what I was going to do. And so that's how I ended up with the general studies degree, because I didn't want to waste all that time and effort. So I was able to accomplish that. And then oddly enough, one day in the Hobby Lobby, perusing the clearance section, I came across this wedding planner notebook that was on clearance, and it's from The Knot, which I think they're like maybe had a television show or a series or something like that. But anyways, for the heck of it, I bought this binder. It was super cheap, like $5 or something. And I brought it home and I started looking through it, and really just like a little burst of inspiration hit me, and I'm like, I plan things. I enjoy coordinating things and celebrating life and creating things and watching a plan come together. Those of you who have been following me for some time or participated in Plan to Be Creative, which we recently merged into Studio 365, you know I am obsessed with planners, physical paper planners. I have scads of planners, and I love using them. I use a planner every single day. So after looking at that wedding planner binder and considering how much I love planning, it occurred to me that I should pursue something along the lines of that. So I started Googling, how do you become a wedding planner, right? there is one university, George Mason University, that has a degree that's tourism and event management. Now, another thing that I want to do is see the world, travel the world. I know a lot of you have had the opportunity to do that. I have not. I have spent the last 27 years raising my family and pretty much been local. So, way back when, I used to be a flight attendant, but again, I didn't get to travel a lot then. I saw a lot of airports, but I didn't get to see a lot of the world. So that is also in my blood. So I found the university, I went ahead and I applied, and then I waited. And they have a little dashboard, and it's all electronic, it's all online, everything. So this little applicant dashboard, I would check like 80 times a day, and there was no change. And then one night there was a change. And it said they were evaluating my transfer credits. And so I said to Isabel, I said, surely they wouldn't evaluate the credits if they weren't going to accept me. Do you think I'm getting in? And she said, of course you are. And then the next morning I woke up, I log into the applicant dashboard, and there's a big yellow button, and it says, decision ready. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to click this button and find out the fate of my future. And I clicked it, and sure enough, it said, congratulations, you've been accepted to George Mason University. So in the fall or August, I will be back in school full-time at a real university pursuing my Bachelor's of Science in Tourism and Event Management. If this goes as planned, one day I will not necessarily be a wedding planner, but I would love to coordinate huge events and intimate events for creative people, yogis, anything surrounding wellness and vitality, which goes hand in hand with creativity. So it just all seems relevant to me, and I'm excited about it. And that is what's really important, is you don't want to pursue something that you're not even enthusiastic about. So I can see how I can link it all back to all the work I've done here at Sewspire and building this beautiful community, and then into my future, where I need to go and how I need to grow and be able to support myself and the lifestyle that I desire to live. So that's what I've been up to, hence the lull in making the videos. I really had to hunker down, focus on the coursework, and then I also, as you know, built out Studio 365, which is my new virtual creative community. I wanted to spend a lot of time with those inaugural members, and we are averaging about 2 meetups a week, and so I'm really happy with what we're doing over there. I have a virtual tour of that space if you're interested in learning more, that I will drop at the end of this vlog, so you can see really what Studio 365 is about. This is just the beginning, the very tip of Studio 365. I'm going to continue to add to that and nurture that until it becomes the thriving creative community that I pictured in my mind. So anyways, that's what I've been doing. Now, I had left you last with a studio organization challenge, because that's a big part of Studio 365 as well. This year we're cleaning up our creative spaces, and I have made a ton of progress in my creative space. I'm going to show you around and let you see how I've moved the space around. I am actually really happy with how it functions right now, but there's still work to be done. So in this video, I would like to challenge you to choose one aspect of your studio. This can be micro or macro. So you could choose a drawer, or you could choose a whole corner or zone. It's completely up to you and your level of motivation. But choose one aspect in your studio that you can improve the functionality of, okay? So for me, it's going to be these awesome rainbow carts that you see here over my shoulder. I have 2 of those, and they came from the Michaels, and they have, let's see how many drawers they have. They each have 2, 4, 6, 7 drawers. So I have 14 12 by 12-ish drawers. And I am going to clean those out. One of those is going to hold all my hardware, and the other one is going to hold all my paper crafting supplies. So I should say not hardware, but notions, because I want to put everything I use for sewing in there, right? All the little things. So it'd be primarily hardware and notions in one, and then all my paper crafting in the second one. We have added a junk journal component to Studio 365, and so we're building out our junk journals, and paper crafting was my first passion, scrapbooking, and then that led me to fabric and sewing. So I really love working with the paper. It plays into my passion for planning as well. So I imagine the junk journals and the paper crafting will always be a part of Studio 365. So I want to go ahead and get all my supplies that I've collected for many, many years around paper crafting organized in that cart so that it makes my paper crafting adventures nice and easy. So that's my challenge to you this week. I will be back next week with another vlog, which is just an opportunity for us to visit, for me to share what's on my mind, to hopefully impart some inspiration, and for us to keep in touch, right? Outside of the sewing tutorials, which I try to keep really on topic, because I know that people that are consuming the sewing tutorials don't want to hear a lot of chit chat. They just want the instructions so they can make something beautiful and be proud of that. But likewise, in this world that we live in, some of us desire human connection. And one of the greatest joys about having a YouTube channel, in my opinion, is building the community. So that's going to require us communicating with each other and sharing what's going on. So that's the purpose of the vlogs. If it's not for you, just pass those by and tune in for the sewing tutorials. But if it is for you, you can look forward to a weekly vlog throughout the summer. The schedule, of course, is going to change some when I go back to school, but I will be better prepared this time around for the amount of work it is to go to school full time. Foolishly, somehow, I thought that the little chart that they give you when they tell you you're taking so many credit hours, that equates to so many hours per week of heads down in the books. I thought that didn't apply to me. I thought I was more efficient. That wasn't the case. It actually was full time, and so I did have to choose and temporarily step away from the channel. But we have several months together now, and I have made a list of all the projects I want to work on with you. I actually went back through and cataloged all the content, all the bags I've designed since I founded Sewspire 7 years ago. It was in excess of 100 unique items. And those were original designs that I just, downloaded there from my creative genius, and kind of blew my mind that I had created that many pieces and that many tutorials. So there are a lot of things that I want to do with you this summer. There'll be tons of sewing, and then if you should choose to join us over at Studio 365, we can explore other creative genres together too. So I know in the month of May we are doing some hand embroidery. We're going to be mastering the French knot. We're making the junk journals like I told you about. And then we are also going to be sewing every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. And there is one other project that is escaping me that we're doing over there. So anyways, check out the trailer at the end of this video if you want to see what May looks like at Studio 365. We would love to have you over there. Also want to mention, I have recruited 3 moderators for the Facebook group page. So I'm super happy to have their help. We have Ashley, Jenny, and Angie are our new page moderators, and they're going to make sure that that remains a safe, supportive space for our Sewspire friends. So I will be spending more time there, not a ton of time though, because what I really want to do is be creating content for you, not policing the Facebook page. So that's why I have them, but they're going to be there to make sure that everybody is honoring the community rules and that it is a great space for you to share your Sewspire projects and ask questions and be supportive and have people cheer you on. So if you're not a member of the Sewspire community page, you're welcome to join that. I'll link to it down in the notes. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is the name of the channel. I had changed the channel name to Andrea Marie Chapman, and then a lot of people who are longtime Sewspire friends couldn't find the Sewspire content. So now it's Andrea Marie Chapman of Sewspire. So hopefully that will connect the 2 dots. Apparently you can change your channel name twice every 14 days. So we may still continue to experiment with that. But I definitely want to loop my name into the channel because I have the URL Andrea Marie Chapman, and that is where I want to park everything because we have other offerings like the quilting group, and I have private sewing lessons and all of that. So I wanted to have a place that I can park that and tie everything together. So that's my logic there. Sorry if I confused anybody. And thank you so much for listening, for spending this time here with me. If you have any requests for sewing tutorials or there's something you want to revisit, feel free to comment below and I will take that into consideration. If there's anything special you want me to talk about in the vlogs, I know in the past there was a lot of interest around the business aspects of selling handmade goods. I'm happy to do that for you too. So the summer is ours to be as creative as we like. So thank you so much. And if you will, I would just like to say to you, the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. I'll see y'all in the next video.